Welcome back, everybody, to the Fire Emblem 8 relay that I'm doing with Khatru and Dell, and hopefully V soon. I know she kind of just finished moving recently, so we'll see if she'll be joining us again. Um, I am playing Chapter 11, Creeping Darkness, which, thank goodness, I don't know if Chapter 11 is Ghost Ship um, on FM route, but this is the equivalent of Ghost Ship because this is where we get Larshell? I don't know. And Dazla. So, it is a pretty important chapter as well because this is the chapter where my goal is to finish leveling up Colm and get him to level 20 because we have the Ocean Seal in possession right now. However, I suspect by the next time it gets to me, Ross will be level 10 and possibly promoted already. And if Colm doesn't get the promotion early on in the game, then he will fall off pretty hard because he needs all the help he can get, I'll be honest. So yeah, my goals for this chapter is to build up a little bit of support points between Colm and Mulder, and then Nami and Gilliam, because I realized I don't really have an idea for supports yet besides they're a support. So that is what we'll be going towards as far as a secondary support. And then we have, let's see, Joshua on the left side. He is basically going to solo it the entire map, so that way he can get some more XP. And then, of course, as I already said, my primary objective is getting Colm to level 20. And my secondary is, of course, leveling up Nami even more. After that training session I did with her on the last chapter I played, she is definitely caught up and at a place where she should be at this point in the game. Granted, she could be closer to 20, but, you know, you can't win them all. I think I did some early chapter grinding a bit wrong, but that's okay. But yeah, this chapter is, I believe, this recording is the third time I've actually done the chapter. I'm actually doing the voiceover quite a bit after I actually play the map, so we'll see. Well, not we'll see, but I don't remember. But that is because towards the end of this map, the first half is very easy. Colm just krills everything, and he honestly does a pretty good job. So now we just, honestly, it's going to be a pretty standard Colm, and then also sometimes Nami kills everything for the first half of the map, but the second half of the map is what's tricky, because there is I think it's Gargoyle is the promoted unit, and they are, there's one of them, and it's pretty tough. And it comes with a lot of the baby gargoyles that also are pretty tough when they come in like 15, like in droves. Not actually 15. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get the idea. When there's a lot of them, it can be pretty tough, especially for a lot of this team who has not done any leveling but still needs to contribute. So that way, lots of enemies can go down in one turn. So it's a bit of a tricky situation at the end, and I know I do in this recording fail and reset, but I cut out the failure. We don't need to talk about that one. But yeah, so Joshua is doing pretty good on the left side. Even though he's only like level 12, 13, he's still Joshua, and Joshua's a fantastic unit, so I know he'll be just fine over there. Here we see, Colm. I'm honestly pretty surprised at how much XP he gets per kill, considering how high of a level he is. So that's always nice to see, to be quite honest. But yeah, I think Nami is about to come in, swoop and get this kill. Yep, and a nice level up. Speed is good. Speed is good. And I know her strength has actually been doing pretty decent as well. I think she got a strength level up earlier, or maybe it's later. But point is, she's getting strength at actually a pretty good rate. I know one big issue all three of the units I've been training have is they've got pretty low strength. I think Joshua's the least of those, but Nami and Colm especially really have problems getting strength. But I've been getting very lucky on my level ups, so that's nice. I know there was, I think on my first or second attempt of this map, Colm got like 5 straight strength level ups in a row, and he would have had like 18 or 19 strength when he promoted, which would have been phenomenal, but I did reset that one, because I think Erica died actually. But yeah, I know in this run, or this map, Gilliam does die, which is why I reset. If it was someone like Tana, I probably might not have reset, because I don't think anyone is really using her. I think she's still the level we recruited her as, but like, because I know V was training Gilliam, she'll probably want to continue if she joins up. I figured it'd be nice to just not leave him to die, you know. But yeah, beautiful level up. There we maxed out our speed. Only a couple level ups away from 20, which is a little surprising coming from Colm, to be honest. I expected it earlier, but that's okay. Strength and skill is the most important one that we got there, because it's 9, which is not good. So yeah, that's what we're getting up to here. And I know coming up soon we are going to have I think, yeah, that cut where we're getting into it. But yeah, so with that cut, it is pretty much going to be into the second half of the chapter, which is really the important part. The first half is entirely just XP grind, but the second half is where things can go wrong, right? Up until now, even with bad RNG, Colm would have been fine. Like with some of the winged things. Is Gargoyle the smaller or the big? I really don't remember. And I've probably not been paying attention enough to see it. But anyways, even with some bad luck against some Lance units, he still would have been perfectly fine with his defense stat and pretty decent HP stat, all things considered. Let's see, we get another strength level up here, which is awesome, really good. But yeah, since I think we got it, yeah, there's that group right there of enemies, and yeah, it's it looks a lot less dangerous than it actually is. Like I said, just because I'm still trying to balance getting Nami and Colm more XP, while also trying to avoid getting the weaker units that have really not gotten through any XP train get killed. So it's we'll see. Yeah. Oh, there's another reason why this is pretty rough, is because taking it slow is not a super viable option, especially if we want Dazla's help in fighting. And originally, the biggest reason why we had lost is because I had to send Erica, who's one of our stronger units, to go talk to Larchelle, to talk to Dazla, so that way he can go save the rescue staff before it gets pilfered. But I know that is... I realize that, yes, a rescue, or not rescue, restore staff. Yes, restore is going to be extremely useful. However, there is, I think, more merit in not grabbing it on Erica's route, primarily because we're not going to be attacking Grotto Castle, which is kind of, I think it's been a while, but I think that's really the only major place you would need a restore staff, like, really badly before you get the opportunity to get more. So because we're not having to deal with those berserk staves, I think it is fine that we don't have that restore. There might be some shops even on the map that sell restores. So yes, we're a little bit tight on money, but like, we always have the chance to get another one, and I really don't want to lose, like, Gilliam, for example, or Ross. But yeah, here we have Colm ready to just tank the Gargoyle, because, well, let's see. Oh, it's just a monster. That's tragic. But yeah, Colm is surprisingly tanky. Definitely a dodge tank, but even being able to have so much health remaining after that big of a hit from a promoted monster unit is pretty impressive, to be honest, on a thief. So I think that's really nice. But yeah, there we just hit level 20, and we'll talk about the stats after we promote. But we've got decent stats for sure, though the skill is really a problem. And I know we're about to grab a secret book from this chest here, which I know I definitely should have used on Colm here, because someone else might use it before I get my hands back on the copy. But if not, then I'm definitely gonna be using that for myself. But yeah, so here I use the torch to reveal that bottom corner, and I'm like, oh, that is a lot more monsters than I thought, and figured, you know what? Oh wait, where was the secret? Oh, the secret book was up there. But yeah, that's a short spear. It's fine. I realized, oh, that's a lot of monsters. It'd probably be best if Joshua perhaps ran away. And because I think he's out of vulneraries, and that's kind of important if you're gonna face a horde that big. So I went to send him some support if he needs it, and the biggest thing is sending Larchelle, so that way she can heal him. Here now, I know I'm basically just grabbing that ocean seal for later, and then gonna be getting maybe the rest of the levels. There being a revenant here is kind of massive, because that's going to be a massive chunk of XP for Nami. I believe it's still going to be an entire level for 100 up until you get to be promoted. So yeah, it's basically, I love seeing revenants because they're not too dangerous, and they are pretty much a free level on any unit. So I'm a super big fan of those guys. Whew. Yeah, so here is kind of just, it's the Joshua rescue team, even though we'll see later, he doesn't really need it. I'm also spamming torches on loot, because I know Dell will probably want me to grind that staff rank, and that gets her a little bit of XP as well, and it's not taking away from any of my units, so it's perfect, honestly. And here is where Joshua will be taking his stand, if you will. But yeah, I haven't said this yet. I forgot to say how awesome Joshua is, just in general. I mean, I've said he's good, but, like, I don't know. I just love Joshua. Favorite Fire Emblem character, so I use him every single FE8 run, no matter what. So I think I think I have said that before though, but that's okay. There's no such thing as too much love for Joshua. I won't lie, just from that little glance, Nami's skill doesn't look phenomenal, but that's okay. That is okay. It's still good enough, and you know, I think bows have like decent hit, but it's not great. But I don't know, on promo she'll be getting a lot of skill, so it should be fine. I hope she'll be getting a lot of skill. I don't actually remember the promo bonuses for Sniper and Ranger class. I still haven't even decided which one I want her to be. It would be really interesting to have triple swords, but that's also a lot of split resources. But she'll also be fighting over the Sniper spot with Inez. It might be better to do her as a Ranger, to be honest. You know what? I think I've decided. I'm gonna do Ranger. Swordmaster Ranger, and you will see very soon what I decide on Colm. Ooh, pardon me. Yeah. There, Tana gets her first kill in like forever, which is pretty funny to be honest. But yeah, here we are going to be finishing up some of these monsters, and I believe after this it is just going to be the boss monster left. So let's check it out. Yep. So let's have Mimi take care of that skeleton. And or aren't they called? No, whites are the promoted ones. I don't know if they're actually called skeletons when they're very clearly skeletons, but yeah, I don't remember what they're called. But here we are about to promote Colm and see him in all of his glory. And yep, we're going to use Colm to lure him over. And now we're going to promote him and stop to talk about his stats. And now I'm faced with the choice of Assassin and Rogue, and we are going to pick Assassin here. And I will explain why after this short break. We're going to pause for a moment to talk about Colm's stats here. Now, his HP is not bad. For his defenses are actually pretty decent, considering he is a thief. Luck is pretty good, but that's pretty standard for Colm. The strength is also pretty good considering he's a thief. Normally it's around 12 or 13 when we get to this point. I believe I've given him a power ring, but that's still pretty good even for that. His skill, I've been really unlucky with it, and I'll be honest, maybe Assassin wasn't the best choice because of that, but that's okay. And then the speed is, of course, capped, so overall, pretty decent stats, the skill being the only issue, really, but it is a very big issue. So yeah, that skill is a bit rough, but having a sword will really help out just because of the natural high hit rate of swords, so I'm not super worried until we get to like super late game, but even then, like Adhoma, for example, has super high hit, but that might be going on Joshua, we'll see. And yeah, so Assassin I picked just because I like it, to be honest, and I want to use Swordmaster Joshua. But here's Nami's last level up of the chapter, and it is wonderful. And that's all I've got. Thank you for watching.